This woman is seeking the truth about the man she met online and plans to marry.
He was good looking, but I guess the biggest thing that attracted to me was his uniform.
He's asked her to marry him.
I got this white envelope, and in it was a ring.
He's sent gifts.
For my birthday, he sent me two little cakes from Walmart. I was really excited over it, and he was saying, "I really love you." And
he also claims he'll do whatever it takes to buy Robin her $2 million dream home.
I fell in love with this one house online, and
Paul convinced Robin they could afford this house if she'd start investing into this real estate company.
a couple of weeks after that he started talking to me about this investment, told me who it was, and I looked up on the internet and read about the company. And
because I'll have to be honest with you, it looks like a very legit, put together website. It's probably one of the best I've seen.
I was only having to pay half, and Paul was putting in the other half.
Are you sure this is the guy you're talking to? And she was like, oh, yeah, no, it's him, I know it's him.
Is Robin's fairy tale real, or is she being lured into a scam? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed.
Okay, David, we have another case. Samantha reached out on behalf of her friend. I'll read the email. Dear Catfish team, I'm desperate to help my friend Robin, who has been single for 17 years and thinks she is talking to a 4-star general who claims to be overseas. He has strung her along for a year and a half, won't video chat, and has convinced her to put down a large sum of money to buy a house in another state. She could sign escrow papers any day, and I urgently need advice before she gives him all her money. Sincerely, Samantha.
Hi, Catfish team. My name is Robin, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I worked in the school system for about 17 years in the special ed department. I've been married one time to the children's father for 26 and a half years. It just wasn't going right. I just couldn't stay in that relationship, so I finally got out, and I've been single for almost 16 years. I've seen a couple of people, couple guys over the time, but nothing really serious.
After her divorce, Robin went on a few dates in person, but nothing developed into anything serious. Later, she created a TikTok account to keep herself busy, which led her to meet new people and even join a crafting group. But a few weeks after opening her TikTok account, she was messaged by a man who caught her eye.
Well, I was on TikTok. He IM'd me. I didn't even know you could get IMs on there. I said hi to him. We started talking, and he said that I had a beautiful smile, just couldn't resist saying hi to me or something like that. He had short, sandy-colored hair. I think he had brown eyes. He was good looking, but I guess probably the biggest thing that attracted to me was his uniform. I'm kind of a sucker for military people because my dad was in the Army for 23 years as a chaplain. He asked me, where I was from, and I just told him Texas. I didn't say anything else, and that he's from Massachusetts.
Robin initially opened up an account on TikTok to join a crafting group. Meeting a handsome man like Paul was never her intentions on the app.
I love to do diamond art, and I love to sew, and right now I'm making a quilt. I do jelly roll rugs and placemats.
Robin met her friend Samantha and Samantha's husband through the crafting group on TikTok. They bonded over their shared love of crafting. Samantha is also the one who emailed us about Robin's struggles with Paul.
Hi, Catfish team. My name is Samantha. My husband and I, we design and make handbags of all kinds, backpacks, handbags, all kinds of things, anything bag related.
I met her online in a sewing group that I joined.
We just kind of got into this group, and Robin happened to be part of this group.
So we just all became really good friends.
Samantha and Robin often went live together on TikTok to share crafting techniques, but over time, Samantha began to notice changes in Robin, especially when it came to their scheduled meetups.
How I started kind of seeing something going on is every single night at a certain time, she always would say, I gotta go talk to, she called him her intended.
All day long, I would wait for 9 o'clock to come around so that I could talk to him. He went to church on Sundays, and I liked that because I'm a church goer. I was glad that, he was a church going person also. more or less fell for him and would tell him that I loved him.
And then we started saying, hey, have you ever met this guy? And then I asked what his name was. His name is Paul LaCamera. When I heard the name, I was like, looked it up, and I'm like, that name sounds super familiar. Not famous, but he's well-known general. And I said, and he's married. She goes, oh, yeah, no, he told me he's getting divorced. Are you sure this is the guy you're talking to? And she was like, oh, yeah, no, it's him. I know it's him.
Samantha and her husband immediately grew suspicious of Paul, but they had no idea how quickly Robin's relationship with him would become serious.
For my birthday, he sent me 2 cakes, 2 little cakes from Walmart, wished me happy birthday, and I was really excited over it. And he was saying, I really love you. And he said, Robin, will you marry me? I was telling my friends from church and my kids that, I was getting married, and I got this white envelope, and in it was a ring. I took a picture of it on my hand, and he goes, you got my ring? And I said, yes. And so he was all excited over that. And he said that he was going to retire and come here beginning of September to do our wedding.
Up until this point, Robin and Paul were fully committed to each other. Once Paul was able to get back to the US, the two would have their wedding and seal the deal. While they waited, Paul thought it would be a good idea for the two to start saving up for a house.
She started talking more about how they're engaged and they're going to buy a house.
We were trying to buy this house in Massachusetts. I fell in love with this one house, and, we looked online, and so the house that we were going to buy was $2,300,000 and some odd dollars.
After Robin picked out her dream home, Paul promised he had planned to make the $2 million purchase a reality.
A couple of weeks after that he started talking to me about this investment, told me who it was, and I looked up on the internet and read about the company, and he was going to put in $1,000 to start up the investment. I was like, okay. I got $1,000 and I sent that through Cash App. I was only having to pay half, and Paul was putting in the other half.
Told her, we're going to both put the amount of money. I have this much money. Here's how much money I have in my account. He goes, okay, now we'll just start investing together. You put this in, I'll put that in. So that's what she's been doing since January, is putting $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, here and there.
I did Cash App until Cash App canceled my account. They were afraid that, it was fraudulent, and I opened up another account. I was able to send one time through them, and then they canceled that one. So then Paul too looked and said, well, there's a Bitcoin machine at CVS. So then I had to drive to my bank and get the cash out and then take it there. I texted him. I said, well, I sent it. I was using that to send the money.
Robin was willing to do anything to buy this house. After being blocked from multiple banks and Cash App, the investment had eventually grown to just over $2 million. It was almost time for her and Paul to cash out everything and purchase this home. But even more problems popped up when the realtor reached out to Robin.
And then she was like, well, now we've got to send the first amount to, for the down payment or whatever. I did what they said. She goes, you didn't pay the fee? And that was $3,000. And I said, no, nobody told me about that. And I said, well, why can't you use the money that's already in the checking account? And she says, because that money has already been claimed. I said, so you're going to hold my money hostage? She goes, I didn't say that. I said, well, give me my money. And she says, not until you pay that $3,000. And I said, well, then to me, that sounds like you're holding it for hostage. Then she texts me one last time that the checking account has been compromised again.
So she does have real estate paperwork. She sent me a copy of it because I said, let me see it, because I've been in that world. Let me look at it.
They want me to sign it.
Now they've had him sign it supposedly, and just sent her paperwork in the mail. She got it on Saturday. It was delivered by a courier. The envelope is actually from China.
The realtor was putting a lot of pressure on Robin about sending the funds to open the account to buy the home. This is when Samantha initially reached out to our team to investigate Paul, the investment, and this house they were planning to buy.
I added it up, and it was like about $45,000. It's probably more close to $50,000. My parents both passed away and I got an inheritance from them, and I had that money in with my financial advisor. I'm just too scared to ask him how much more money I have left. You know, he's pressuring me for this money, and I wish there was a way we could, I don't know.
Stick around until the end, Seekers. We'll find out the truth about Robin's investment.
$2 million?
Yes. So she had access to his bank account and he was having her transfer funds. So what I think we need to do is look into this bank account, verify if it's valid or not.
And reveal everything we found out about Paul.
Well, what are you most apprehensive about?
I don't know what's real or not real anymore.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing. And once you've done that, give this video a like too. If you're looking to contact us and you think you might need our help finding out who you're communicating with online, or maybe you need help breaking through to a friend or a family member, don't hesitate to reach out to our email, sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. We can help you find the answers you've been looking for. After investing so much time and sending large sums of money, Robin was clearly stressed. She and Samantha reached out to our team, and the following day, Brianne and David sat down to review the details of this case.
I mean, obviously there are some red flags. We've seen the 4-star general a handful of times in the past, and now they're trying to buy a house together.
Yeah, that's correct. So she's 64. She's been divorced for about 16 years. And so she has a retirement. She has an inheritance as well. So that is why this is extremely pressing, because she's already been scammed in the past and she doesn't have a strong support system. So get this, Robin transferred over $2 million so that they could buy their dream house together.
$2 million?
Yes. So she had access to his bank account and he was having her transfer funds. So what I think we need to do is look into this bank account, verify if it's valid or not.
And the fact that he says he's a 4-star general, like I just did a quick Google search while you were talking, and there's only 38 4-star generals in the US. So I think it'd be really easy for us to validate who they are, maybe find out if they're married or not, and dig into that a little bit. An IP tracker seems like a really straightforward tactic. What we can do is we can find out where the 4-star general lives, run the IP tracker, see if they match. If they don't, that's a big red flag. And then I wonder if we could call or get a hold of the real estate agent for the property being sold to get more information about that.
I think that's a wise decision, and I think that we have a really great game plan moving forward, and let's see what we find.
Now that Brianne and David had a plan, it was time to get to work. While the research team was working on vetting this profile going by the name of Paul, Brianne decided to hop on a call with Robin to attempt to track down the true location of this person claiming to be the 4-star general.
Hey, Robin.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Happy Monday. How's it going? How's your day?
Oh, it's nerve-wracking.
Really? What's going on?
With the whole ordeal. It's just gotten me all nerved up.
No, don't worry about it. We're here for you. Just take your time. You're doing your thing. It's all good. We're meeting today to sit down to gather information and hopefully create an IP tracker for this person, correct?
Right.
I just want to game plan a little bit, and I want to get some ideas as to how you were sending funds prior to this, just so I can see what would be the best way to approach the IP tracker. So how did you send funds prior to this? Was this crypto ATM machine directly to an
Right.
address? Okay.
That I would, could send them a text saying, look, here's your $1,000, but I'm not sending it through crypto because you're going to be, losing a bunch of money on that.
I think in order for this to work, you're going to have to let them know that there's no way you can make it to an ATM crypto machine at all because you're not feeling well, you can't get out of bed. And so what we want them to do is click on the link so you can let them know, hey, instead I just got you a crypto gift card because I cannot get out of bed. Do you think they'll believe that?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's stay in contact. You have a mission. You need to contact Paul, let him know, your current situation about not being able to get to a crypto ATM, and then we'll move forward from there, and I will be chatting with you and creating the IP tracker link.
Okay. All right.
And then hopefully tomorrow when we meet with your final, I'll have a ton of information to reveal to you, and then also hoping that he clicks on the link and then we can get some insight about where he's located.
Okay.
All right, Seekers, now that the IP tracker was sent, we felt like we were ready to reveal the truth to Robin. After a few more days of Brienne and the search team digging in, we set up one last call with her and Samantha to give her the truth.
Hi, Robin.
Hello, Robin. So how are you feeling today, Robin?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm just a little apprehensive, a little bit, but
Well, what are you most apprehensive about?
just the after effects of what he might do if he does anything.
All right. And as you can see, Samantha's here for some support. Samantha is the reason why we're all here together. So we thank her for that. But we are going to dig into some things, Robin. So we created an
Okay.
IP tracker together for him. We wanted to entice him to click on the link so we can get validation as to where he was located. And it sounds like he may have seen that link before, or so he says.
Yeah, he said he knew what it was, and it was a gift card kind of a thing.
I will let you know this, and that is the fact that he did not click on the link.
I didn't think he would, after I talked to him.
He seemed very suspicious about it.
Probably.
Yeah, so I mean, there's these little red flags, right? You've been talking to Paul for some time, and after digging into your information and performing a full-on investigation, I did find some very disturbing things.
I don't know what's real or not real anymore.
Well, Robin, we'll get into that too, because it sounds like, even up until 3-4 weeks ago, it seems like you had seen some of the red flags, but it's still all confusing to you because they still ended up getting you to send them some money, and then you even signed the document. So that's why we're here today. I want to make sure that you walk away from this and understand what truly was really going on here, so that you don't feel confused about what this person was saying and doing to you. With that being said, I don't know if you ever had a chance to look into ekyadproperties.com, but there is a website linked, and I saw it in your WhatsApp messages with the bank.
I did. I went and looked at it all the time and I read on it, but obviously they're very good at what they do to make it look really real.
Samantha, did you get to see the website?
No, I never did go look at it. I should go check it out.
Because I'll have to be honest with you, it looks like a very legit, put together website. It's probably one of the best I've seen.
Yeah, I didn't notice any red flags there.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Like I said, the website is very impressive, but I will share some information with you, and that is the fact that this website was actually just created in October of last year. So that's less than a year ago.
Okay.
It's a huge red flag. I mean, to be an established property investment group and only just created within last year doesn't really give them the experience that they're stating on the website.
I guess I'm not that savvy on the internet to be able to know when, to find out when a site was started.
Just so you know, we do use a website called Who Is, and you can basically drop in any website that you want to know a little bit more information about. Of course, it is linked to public data associated to that website. I did a little bit more digging. So this is where they state that this is a registered business, private limited company. So I researched this business information and could not find any such business registry in London, England, or the UK.
Yeah.
The other red flag that I noticed on this website is this was the only way to reach out to them is via email or through Telegram, which is a red flag. Why would a business only be able to reach out to you via email or Telegram?
Because it was overseas and stuff. I thought that was the way they did it.
In addition, they have documents that they share on the website. One of the documents is a Chubb's insurance certificate. Chubb's is a valid insurance company. When I did some digging there, I found that this document was also false on the website. You know, the business not being a registered business, the website being newly created with false documents attached. This is not a valid website. This is not a valid company. What are your thoughts, Robin?
That was totally duped.
Majority of people don't know what to look for or see, especially when things look so real. So please, don't beat yourself up like I told you.
Please don't take this as we're beating you up. We're not doing that. I just want to share the education with you.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not doing that at all, Robin. They're just helping and trying to educate you plus everybody else out there.
With that being said, I'd like to see if there's a way we can do something about helping you get this website taken down. I want to file a report and see if we can get this website taken down so it's not used to hurt or scam anybody else.
Oh, I agree.
Next thing I want to talk to you about is I ran through all the receipts that you had sent in regard to the cryptocurrency that you had been sending through the Bitcoin ATM. Of the receipts that you had sent me, I was able to actually validate 2 of the deposits that you had made. These were 2 receipts you had sent me, Robin. And so these are the 2 wallets he had requested that you send the funds to. And so from there, you'll see that the funds had transferred to various wallets.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
And this is what we like to do. This is called follow the money, right? If you think of wallet addresses like bank accounts, you deposited money into an account. The account then transferred the money to another account. That's the same, along the same lines of depositing funds and transferring funds from wallet to wallet. And so what happened was all of the funds eventually landed in this one main wallet that I colored purple here.
Is that what they're calling laundering?
Yes, this is a form of washing money. If you can file a report through Bybit, in most cases, law enforcement may have the opportunity to pull some sort of KYC information, which means when someone created this account, they also uploaded the government ID, their contact information. So something could be pursued here. That's why I think if you have any access to any of the other receipts, it would be in your best interest to share those with me so we can add them to this report here.
With this kind of company that they're putting this money through, there could be money that could be recovered by her having these receipts and things like that, being able to prove that, or
well, there's no guarantee because we know that the funds eventually pass through this Bybit exchange. So basically we're holding this exchange accountable for any funds that pass through. And then if she files a report stating that there was some malicious activity with these wallets, there might be some recourse.
Okay.
It's just best to keep all receipts if possible. If you can find them, dig them up somehow, this would help your case out. That's what we found so far, but at the end of the day, we can validate, what's going on here, which I wanted to touch on one last part. Paul LaCamera, I know that you're aware that he's a 4-star general. When you look up Paul LaCamera, you'll notice that he doesn't have any official personal social media accounts. And that is because there was a warning that was made public in 2024. Imposters on social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram were using his name, his image, his likeness to deceive others. And for that reason, he has opted out of any social media accounts. So the advisement was if you come across any of these profiles to block, delete, and report them right away on the platforms on which you found them on. So it's safe to say at this point that we know that you're not talking to the real Paul LaCamera and that, this is a romance scam.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Robin, what do you think about all the research that we were able to go through today?
It makes sense, and I'm going to totally block the accounts.
I had her turn off all the notifications. She wanted to turn off the notifications last night, so I helped her to tell her how to do that, so at least she wouldn't get the notifications anymore. But
Samantha, thank you so much
Yeah.
for doing that. That's amazing. Look at this, Robin. Everyone's here.
Thank
They're
you.
supporting you.
Well, I appreciate it.
I just want to tell you guys too, thank you so much too for everything you guys have done. I appreciate it so much.
It's no problem. We appreciate you, Samantha. It's people like you that reach out, and you didn't have to reach out on behalf of Robin, but you saw something that looked to be suspicious, and here we are today, and we're able to dig into this for Robin and hopefully help her out long term, and give her that peace of mind about what's been going on here, and then also give her that awareness too on how to spot the red flags sooner.
Well, I've decided just to finish up the diamond art of um, Paul LaCamera and send it to him.
Okay, so how about this? Since you're going to continue that diamond art, you send it to us. I want to see the final product, and let us know when you send it off.
All right, I will.
Well, thank you so much for all your time, Robin. Samantha, thank you so much for your support. We're here for you. Robin, if you find anything else for this investigation, please send it my way. I'd love to continue to assist you with this.
All right, thank you.
Well, thank you guys too. It wasn't for your show, this probably wouldn't have happened, and she would. So I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Seekers, it's almost time for our weekly live stream. You can find the link to our live stream on our YouTube channel by clicking the live tab and going to our most recent video. See you all there. If you have been involved in a romance scam, don't forget to report it. It helps get the word out and potentially stops other people from being scammed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget all of our new videos go out every Wednesday. If you like this video, subscribe. And if you want to see more, you should probably click one of these two videos.